This is good company version 0.7. A lot of things changed with 0.7, so I thought it'd be fun to try the hardest difficulty settings in Freeplay. So you can see I'm setting the game over condition to instant, all the equipment cost and employee cost will be maxed out. The product prices and product demand will be set to the minimum values, and I'll zero out the randomness just because I like a consistent experience, a difficult but consistent experience. Hard mode is pretty unforgiving, so I thought it'd be a good test of whether my company designs are actually efficient or not. So as far as efficiency, I think it's good to set a goal. So the goal is to be profitable, and profitable is revenue minus cost. So it's how much money we make by selling stuff, subtracting how expensive it is for us to make that stuff. We have some tools, fortunately, to help us track the health of our company. So the financial overview tab, we can see that right now all of our money is in our pockets, and the material storage and product storage represent inventory. Inventory is the enemy. That's money that's sitting on a shelf instead of in our pockets. And our goal is to get as much money in our pockets as possible. Another window to help us is this company statistics window or production overview. That'll show us the rate of production and consumption for various components in our company. To make any money, first we need to design a product. We have these considerations: demand, marginal profit, and capital investment. So first, let's look at demand. We can see we have 8 weekly demand for calculators, and the day and week durations are there on the left. A tinker table can craft one module in 1 day or 20 seconds. And there's gathering time, which is picking up material, of 4 seconds. So in a week, one tinker table can craft 5.8 modules. So if we want to be efficient, we should target selling 6 products per week. Next, let's look at actual blueprint design. Our goals will be minimizing cost while maximizing our sales price. As I place these modules, watch how the maximum price and required materials change. You can see I place a battery stack and the price goes from $288 up to $378, and the required materials also changed. So the difference in the increase in price and the increase in cost is the difference of our marginal profit. If the increase in price is higher than the increase in cost, then our marginal profit will increase. When designing your calculator, you'll probably have to decide between LED arrays and LED matrices. When you look at the LED matrix, you can see it requires plastic parts and circuit boards. So to build an LED array, you only need 1 tinker table, but to build an LED matrix, you need 3. 1 for the matrix itself, and then 1 for plastic parts, and 1 for circuit boards. That's an additional capital investment of 2 tinker tables. Capital investments only occur once, but the extra labor cost of 2 additional employees will be recurring each week. So let's use 2 LED matrices in this design. You can see the maximum price is much higher than it was with LED arrays, 200G higher. Then the material cost and labor cost are higher as well, so there's a marginal profit difference of 52 G-bucks per unit. And if we're selling 6 per week, that is 312 G-bucks per week. Increased profit from switching to LED matrices versus LED arrays. Other factors to keep in mind with our design is that we had a demand of 8 per week and 4 stars of market appeal, so that should give us right about 6 per week without any discounts. Our plastic part tinker table is 80% utilized, which is pretty good, but the circuit board tinker table is only 40% utilized. That means we'll have extra capacity if we need circuit boards for a different product down the line. Having an assembly time of 0.55 days means that once we upgrade the tinker tables to basic workbenches and we're running at a production rate of 1 module every 0.6 days, the assembly table will still be able to keep up. So I've slapped down this courier palette and I've circled it with tinker tables, and I've tried to place them so like the circuit board is a little bit farther away because we only need 40% utilization, so even if there's significant walking time, it will not become a bottleneck. The other modules like batteries and LED matrices will become bottlenecks, so I have them as close as possible to the courier palette. And here I'm actually swapping the case with the plastic parts because plastic parts only needs 80% utilization, whereas the simple case desk needs 100%. So our material has come in and everyone's working away. This is a little trick I like to do, where you place an object and it interrupts the worker's walking animation. So you can see that circuit board operator should have to walk over to the pallet, but because I placed this desk while they were in their walking animation, they can actually reach the pallet and the desk without moving now. Since we only need 40% utilization on the circuit board table, it's not necessary, but it does make the numbers look a little nicer in the desk production overview. So we had our first week and we lost some money because, of course, it wasn't a full week and we were ordering a lot of material and not translating that into sales. But this next week should turn a profit for us. So you can see everyone's happily working here, except for our assembly table worker. They're blocked significantly by the LED matrices right now, but that's by design. Even though the assembly table worker is complaining about the LED matrices, if we added a table for those, then they just start complaining about batteries or cases. But we actually want to be selling 6 per week, so even though they're idle some of the time, we're meeting our target production, so we don't need to change anything. Everything is currently in balance, except for plastic parts and circuit boards. Those are increasing our inventory slightly. So to see the effect of this inventory increase, we can see we have material storage and product storage. We expect product storage to be low at the beginning of a week and increase throughout the week and then drop back down to 0 on Sunday, hopefully. And imagine if we had each of these desks next to a shelf and logistics workers moving products and materials to those shelves. That would mean each of those logistics slots would have its own inventory, plus logistic worker overhead, and our company would probably be bankrupt by now. So here we are, it's Sunday and we only sold 5 calculators, but because our production rate's actually 5.8 per week and not 6 per week, every so often there will be a week where we can only sell 5. Right now, the fact that we're building up inventory of plastic parts and circuit boards is reducing our weekly income slightly, but it's nothing to be concerned about. Once it fills up the available logistics slots, then we will get that profit back. Now that our calculator production line is stable and profitable, we can start looking at adding research or perhaps another product line. And when we build another product line, we need to keep in mind those 3 principles of what is that product's demand, what is the marginal profit, and how can we build a blueprint that maximizes marginal profit, and whether we have enough capital to purchase the necessary desks and hire the necessary employees to operate that line. By applying those principles, you can see this company here after a year and a half. I have calculators and pocket computers running, plus a bit of money in the bank to expand some more. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, or if you have your own designs, I would love to see what you guys have come up for company layouts and blueprints.